Street or skip it. Hannah Berner. We Ride at Dawn on Netflix. Giggly Squad, assemble. She since co-hosted Bravo's Chat Room, as well as the popular podcast Giggly Squad with her former Summer House castmate, Paige DeSorbo. Their podcast regularly ranks in the top 50 overall on Spotify, and in the top 20 for comedy. And Berner has racked up 2.6 million followers on TikTok, and another 1.2 million on Instagram. For her debut comedy hour, Berner 32, jokes about marrying an older man, 48-year-old stand-up comedian De Bishop, the lack of realism in movie sex scenes, and how depression, romance and politics hit differently for women of her age these days. Memorable jokes. Berner ingratiates herself with us with a bit of self-deprecation, while mocking the beauty industry for making women feel bad about themselves if they're not doing the most to maintain their looks by the age of 30. What's the worst that could happen? She imagines the threat of looking like Joe Biden, but before you get it twisted, she tags it with a reminder that women can't be president. So no, she's not inherently political on stage. As she jokes, regardless what you believe in, we all can agree it's been a little messy the last 200 years. And her most political stance involves suggesting that only women should be allowed to own and carry guns, which also is the bit that inspires her battle cry that became the title for this special. Why? Guns don't kill people. Men kill people, she jokes, later citing statistics about killers. The 2% who were women had a very legitimate reason for what we did. Berner does have a hard stance on beverages, coming out staunchly anti-Diet Coke and pro-espresso martini. She'll make her case, too, that bachelorette parties are mini-cults. She also blames Disney's line of animated princes for her own bad taste in men. Except for perhaps the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, explaining that at his core, he has everything a woman could possibly want, including a mansion, fashion sense, and a passing resemblance to Travis Kelce. I'm a Beast apologist, she says. And then there are her views on sex. If you'd never heard the word queef before now, then Berner makes sure you've heard her loud and clear, so to speak. Our take. So yeah, Berner gets a lot of comedic mileage not just out of talking about the act of queefing, and what might really to be blamed for the sound to begin with, but also by acting out various sexual situations, both from her own experience, as well as the unrealistic depictions she has seen in movies. The way she demonstrates it, even the act of spooning a loved one in bed is fraught with danger. The whole relationship is on the line, Berner argues, somewhat convincingly. But what shines through most in this debut hour is how much of a fan base Berner already has cultivated through her TV appearances, her podcast, and her social media presence. No wonder Variety named her to their 10 comics to watch list last year. Berner engages in plenty of crowd work, but she'd likely have to interact with them anyhow. Our crowds, such as the one in Philly where she filmed this hour, are just that boisterous, shouting out answers to her rhetorical questions and shrieking approval, even when Berner declares something that on its face isn't the slightest bit funny. I suffer from depression. It's almost